Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
Psalm 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked, even mine enemies and my foes, came upon me to eat up my flesh, they stumbled and fell. Though an host should encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war should rise against me, in this will I be confident. One thing have I desired of the Lord, that will I seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to behold the beauty of the Lord, and to inquire in his temple. For in the time of trouble he shall hide me in his pavilion. In the secret of his tabernacle shall he hide me. He shall set me up upon a rock. And now shall mine head be lifted up above mine enemies round about me. Therefore will I offer in his tabernacle sacrifices of joy. I will sing, yea, I will sing praises unto the Lord. Hear, O Lord, when I cry with my voice. Have mercy also upon me, and answer me. When thou saidst, seek ye my face, my heart said unto thee, thy face, Lord, will I seek. Hide not thy face far from me. Put not thy servant away in anger. Thou hast been my help. Leave me not, neither forsake me, O God of my salvation. When my father and my mother forsake me, then the Lord will take me up. Teach me thy way, O Lord, and lead me in a plain path because of mine enemies. Deliver me not over unto the will of mine enemies, for false witnesses are risen up against me, and such as breathe out cruelty. I had fainted, unless I had believed to see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen thine heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord.
Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh. Barakatah Yahweh Shai.
All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutations to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds. In the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right, we're GMS Mississippi camp on the brother Yasha Moffin to my right.
Halak.
And what we want to get into is a video, that the brother, was inspired to do, based off a comment, that was made on Twitter, some comments, going into the threads. As people post on Twitter, you go through the threads and you see, certain people going back and forth, and it makes you think of particular things in the scriptures, and as we're, becoming judges, we're becoming, kings and, rulers and priests, through maturing in his word, being cultivated in Yahushua. We look out into the world and we see where certain laws and certain, customs that we had as a people, okay, we see why they was implemented, So when you go into the scriptures, 2 Timothy 3:16, it says all scripture is given by inspiration of the Most High and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instructions in righteousness, man. And all of us are coming from a culture of darkness, and when we read the scriptures, it pretty much gives us a culture to compare to nigger culture, the culture that we was brought up in, and we see the flaws in nigger culture based off a superior culture, because we was taught to think that nigger culture was superior, we thought that being a degenerate nigger was superior. We thought, that, the women, okay, the hot girls, like they were superior to a housewife. You know, like I said, like the street nigga was superior to a working Jake, completely ass backwards. You know, but now that we have a culture to compare, you know, the dark culture we was brought up into, now we can understand, you know, what correction needs to be. We understand the instructions of righteousness as we're growing into a kingdom. As Yahushua said, the kingdom is within us. You know, you can say something, bro.
And we, you know, by these scriptures, we understand that nigga culture was like just full of ignorance and led by the flesh, and also the culture of this Western way. We see that a way without a hedge or boundaries, it just downright everywhere. This, you know, it's everywhere and disgusting, because what? You have no boundaries. There's no limit. There's no limit of how far you will go. You know, there's no depths to your darkness, to the weakness you can get into.
There's no direction.
There's no direction, and that it makes you see the need for the law, the need for structure. Why? Because all that, you see that nigga culture and Western culture is just full of shame. It's just a shameful, it's a shameful sight and a shameful thing once you look at it. Just look at the situation where we, look at our situation now, our nation situation. Baby mamas, just, you know, children or women with no fathers, you know, without the child's father in life, and look, and they're left to raise the children. And these men raised under them become effeminate or moles or, you know, a downright demon. We see it, we understand it now.
Come on, bro. I'll go ahead and get that this Twitter. Let me see. Here you go. So you had so Eve made the comment that said, "I'm so happy my mom was strict, cause y'all are literally some whores." You know, so you had to come.
Like when you see that, you think about her mom was strict, right? What? Her mom kept her in. You know, her mom gave her boundaries, gave her, you know, I'm not sure she, you know, super upright, but gave her a right way to grow. If she can see the darkness in these women's behavior, you know, we can scroll down a bit.
Yeah, and then, you know, they have that excuse. It's, you know, because they would say, well, you know, because they'll make the excuse of why they so wild because, you know, their parents were strict on them. But really in America, you're really supposed to go from under the roof of your father, you know, to under the roof of your husband. It's not supposed to be a break in between where you're just doing you. So American culture, there's a break in between you leaving your parents' house and you're being with a husband. And that whole majority of women, between that period of them leaving their parents' house, okay, they pretty much devalue themselves or sabotage themselves, you know, with poor decision making. Then, you know, once they gave their prime or their youth, you know, to the streets, okay, then this is when they want to try to, you know, make themselves ready for a husband, but it don't work like that. All right, that process was never supposed to be to where you're just out, you know, gadding abroad, you know. Yeah, so I get it, bro.
I got that.
What you got, 25? Yeah, I get it for you. Yeah, I'll break it down for you, bro. Yep. It's what's that, 25 and 25?
Okay.
Yep, and that's the spirit of what I was thinking of. This is Sirach 25 and 25. It says, "Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad."
You see, a woman should be passed from her father to her husband. No gap, because what? That gaps give her time to explore.
Yep. Girls trips. You know, the nightlife.
He and what? So y'all end up what? Being around men, and you lose your value. You lose your value because what? You gonna fool around, that flesh gonna get to you.
Yeah.
Now you done lowered your value. You coming home. You gonna come home and what? You done made your father ashamed. You know, you didn't devalue yourself. Now he gotta work. You know, work to see who gonna get with you. You know.
But in this society, you know, the father is that's a rare thing, you know. So, which it's gonna go into it when we, you know, go into the other precept. But, you know, that liberty to gad abroad, that's when most women ruin themselves. You know, that's when they get traumatized. That's when they go in and out of these different relationships and situations, and it's when they get these, you know, baby fathers and children. Is when they're out here gadding abroad, doing them. You know, and that's the worst thing that can happen. You know, that's the worst, you know, situation you can put a woman in. A woman that has been, you know, pretty much enchanted, you know, to just be a harlot, okay, to just go have freedom to gad abroad, you know, and you see the results of it, you know, and all of them hit their wall. All of them have those regrets, okay, and they end up, you know, or just say dying alone, you know.
Because their decision making is not the same decision making as a man. They're gonna go out and make decisions on the flesh, on their emotions. At that, like a sudden emotion, like, oh my God, he's so handsome. No matter he's so cool. No matter what kind of background he got, no matter what he did, she gonna make a decision like, okay, he's the one.
Yeah.
Just on that momentary lust.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. So which one you want to get to?
We're gonna get to this one right here. Cause this is a situation. Cause
read.
why? It says, cause why are y'all? Well, excuse me. Why are you 16 with 6 bodies? That's ridiculous. And that, you know, that shows you why in the Middle Eastern culture, men used to give their daughters, you know, engage their daughters to
betroth
their daughters to men, other men, you know, setting up marriages and stuff because they understood that female nature, they understood the fleshy nature, you know, because women, it's one of them gonna say it. I'm just gonna scroll to it. Let me see. I think you passed it, maybe. No, right here. It said this one of the girls just admitting about herself, admitting about her nature. Listen, my mom ain't let me do shit, but I sure did used to sneak and fuck. You hear that? So you understand why a man need to keep, a father would have to keep his daughter in check. You know, keep a close eye on her, because what? That them hormones gonna get to her, and she gonna find any way to fulfill it.
And that's why it's off. And there's another thing, you know, this society push it to where, you know, you gotta be 21, 22, you know, or even now, you know, like 30, you know, before you get married in your 30s. Like, there's something you do in your 30s. Like, nah, man, you know, you would do that young, because that's why those hormones will kick in, because it was that time. Nature, your body lets you know what it's time to do. You know what I'm saying? Your body lets you know what it's time to do. That's why men go through puberty and they develop, you know, a frame, and they get stronger and their voice get deeper, because it's time for them to start to head the house. It's time for them to do more laborious work, you know. And women, as they hips spread and they breasts, you know, begin to fill in, she's getting ready to mother children. Okay? So the fact that Esau, you know, has these laws, which, you know, at the end of the day, we comply with these laws, man. We're not here because in this society, a 30-year-old woman has a mind of a 12-year-old. So you know a 12-year-old is nowhere near, or a 13, 14-year-old is nowhere near has the mindset, you know, to be the woman of a house. Because that's not what America breeds. Okay? America breeds, you know, forever children, men and women. You see? But in the ancient world, women were bred to be wives. Because even at college is some bullshit. Like, women not supposed to be going to college and what they call co-education in classroom with other men. Even in high school, they're not supposed to be in classroom with men. Okay, the women will learn how to be wives from their mothers and aunties and grandmothers, and then she will be groomed to go to a man's house to be a wife. Okay, at 13, 14. You see? So she wouldn't be, you know, in her mother's house. Okay, in this society where, you know, most women come, you know, most of us come from single mother households to where the mother has to try to police, this 15, 16, 17-year-old. There was a system set up, okay, that complemented our nature. You know what I'm saying? But this system is counter, it's pretty much counter to the system we had set up. Okay? So like you said, she was going out to sneak, to go get popped. Okay? So she's already ruined herself. You know what I'm saying? Because there ain't no system set up. You see? But like everybody, complains about order and rules, but nobody stop fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like there always remain the constant, which it was order around that, man. You finna say something, bro?
I was gonna say, and that's what it's called, the feminist movement. It didn't help y'all.
Nah.
It didn't help y'all. It just gave y'all liberty to gad abroad. It made y'all free to be whores.
Yep. Yep.
It did nothing for you. But y'all love it. Y'all love it. Cause y'all complaining, oh, I'm tired of being in the house. And when you left the house, what happened? Now y'all complaining.
Yeah, complain about work. That's the woman's biggest complaint is work and her coworkers. When you look at the complaint, and feminists just set you up for failure. All right, feminism and westernization in general, it sets everyone up for failure, but no one more so than the woman. You get those little perks, because this is a woman-friendly society. Okay, but for the long term, it sets you up for failure. So yeah, you get ladies' night. You get these government assistance, you get these, these jobs that pay these salaries, and you get, degrees and, all these different things. It's a woman-friendly society. You have, simp culture, to where you have all these different men, that provide, a certain lifestyle. Okay, but ultimately, a lot of these women become traumatized, depressed. Because they gave so much of themselves to this system to uphold these lifestyles, and then on the back end, it's like, what was the purpose of it all?
Hey, before you get that, bro.
What you want to get, bro?
Can you give me Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5 and 6?
Okay, come on, bro. This so no one lost, cause you see as the man was like, okay, I'm just get a passport, you know what I'm saying, and just go, you know what I'm saying, like the way it affected women was just on another level, to the point to where they're their own worst enemy, but they're proud. You know what I'm saying? They're like, their feminism did a deep number to where you even have women that know that they're Israelites still can't shake that shit. You know what I'm saying? This is Deuteronomy 4 and 5. It said, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my power commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and shall surely shall say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
You see, and without the law, statutes, and commandment, without that that protection of understanding, what now our women are looked at as whores across the world. Now our men are look like nothing but thugs and you just downright dirty niggas across the world. You see, this is supposed to be our wisdom and understanding. Our wisdom and understanding. We see that now, and without it, you see the world. You see the outcome of this world.
Yeah, and you can't make it up. As we're speaking of this, a nigga come by in the can now, playing what that is, Sexy Red, some shit. And it's a nigga playing this, man.
Yeah.
And it just show you just the low culture, man. Our people, they're going backwards, like I was speaking on earlier. And to see the spirit is touching on this topic, man. Because correction is going out. You know, because we're all healing from Babylon. You know, as men, we had to heal from the street shit. You know, and as you women, you have to heal from that feminist, independent, ratchet shit, man. You know, so the spirit of dealing with this topic, man, because this, you know, is a continuation of what we was going into yesterday. The Dallas camp, you know, they spoke on it a little bit. Listen to a live stream. So the spirit just heavy on this, man. You know, and if you offended, that's something you gotta fix, man. You know, what you got, bro?
You can go back to what you was holding.
Okay, come. This is the book of Sirach 42:11 in GNT. It says, keep a close watch over your daughter if she is determined to have her own way. If you don't, she may make a fool of you in front of your enemies. You will be a constant joke to everyone in town, a public disgrace. Make sure that her room has no windows or any place where she can look out to the entrance of the house. Don't let her show off her beauty in front of men or spend her time talking with the women.
In them comments you saw earlier, doggone what she said, she went, even though she was under her mama's roof, meaning she was at a young age, she used to what? Sneak and fuck. Making herself ashamed, devaluing herself. And you understand with these scriptures, you understand why. I mean, with them comments and the ways of our people, you understand why these scriptures need to be applied. You see, it's our wisdom and understand amongst the nations.
Yeah, because you really pretty much, that strictness was keeping that daughter from destroying herself. So she will have, you know, peace on the back end. Because one thing about it, you look at those women, you know, who got married at a young age and stayed with those men, you know, like, it's a peace on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can feel like it's a peace on, they be good. You know, so that strictness, okay, is not, you know, because our people look at strictness as being mean. Nah, man, that strictness is love, okay? Because, you know, that strictness on the front end made it to where on the back end you'll be good. You'll have, you know, you'll be cultivated. You'll be built up. You'll have restraint, okay? Even as men, as we are being cultivated to being, you know, rulers. Like if you was a prince or you came from a house of nobility, your lifestyle was strict. You know, you had to be groomed up in politics and history and economics and agricultures and matters of war. Like you had to be, and this was every day you was going to these different tutors and being built up. You know, because even the men, they didn't just get thrown out there to public life. They had to be trained up for that. Because you going out there representing the name. So they had real strict upbringing if you come from a house of nobility as a man and a woman, you know, because you hold the most responsibility in society. So you will have to have a stricter upbringing, you know, so you can be built for your responsibility, man. Okay? So a woman will be kept in straitly to protect herself from destroying herself, man. You know? And then verse 13, oh, you gonna say something?
I was gonna say, we're going back to verse 12. It said,
oh, yeah.
It said, don't let her show off her,
I'm glad you said that. Go ahead.
beauty in front of men and spend her time talking with the women. What you see nowadays on social media, that's them showing off their beauty. They showing their beauty off the men. Strange men, dangerous men, men of no value.
Yep.
You know?
And you go into the word prostitute, it says to offer to and discriminate sexual intercourse, usually in exchange for money. All right, and it says to place before or in front, to expose publicly. You know, so like you say, these women, even when these women just dress up and go out, you're exposing yourself publicly when you show off your shape to the public, because that's what prostitutes would do. They would tie their garments real tight to show off their figure. That's how you knew the difference between a prostitute and a regular woman, that those prostitutes, they would, you know, tie their garment in a way to which it would show off their figure, you know, and let you know what they was about, you see. But that's the average woman now. That's the majority. Okay, then on social media, most pictures are what? You know, pictures where they showing off angles of their body. They're putting themselves before the world. And because at the end of the day, whether you know, a $40 bus down, okay, or you getting flown out, you know, to these different cities and getting down, it's still a prostitute.
Mm-hmm.
There's levels to it. You can try to act like, you know what I'm saying? Because even if you're saying, I need a man to make this much money, you're a prostitute.
Mm-hmm.
You see? You're pretty much saying, I'll trade myself in for a man to make this much money. Okay? OnlyFans, you're selling yourself cyberly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Prostitute. And this is a punishment that, you know, the Lord will put on us as a nation. What's that in Amos, I think 7 and 17. Alright. Amos 7 and 17 said, therefore thus said the Lord, thy wife shall be a harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by a line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land, and Israel shall surely go into captivity forth of his land.
Man, your daughter's gonna be a harlot in the city. Cause
Yep.
what
City
they
girl.
go? Yeah, what they go out and go where? The whole city's looking at them.
Yep.
Not just your few neighbors.
Yep.
Not just your neighborhood. You know,
City girl.
the whole city.
Yep.
They go from club to club, from diner to diner.
Yep.
Just
From
dress-
relationship to relationship.
From relationship to relationship. Your daughters will be a harlot in the city. We seeing this.
And
man.
that's a disgrace, because it speak about how, you know, it spoke about on an individual level how, you know, if your daughter, you know, was to, you know, be promiscuous in your household, you know, there will be a disgrace to that man. So how about if the whole nation is promiscuous? That's a disgrace to that whole nation. And that's why, you know, we bear the shame, you know, of the nation, like, because at the end of the day, you can't detach yourself with the shame that come with our people.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? We here, you know. So when, you know, Jake and Eve are doing what they doing, like, we still got to bear that shame. We still got to bear that stigma to go with it, you know. But that's a punishment. That's a major punishment to the sons of God, that He made, you know, our women, all of our women, harlots. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn. All right, hey, that was a punishment for us, man. Dying by the sword, you know, street culture.
Mm-hmm.
And then, you know, our land was divided, you know, from small hats and Palestinians, you know. And we over here in this polluted land in America in captivity, man. You know, so the Lord made good on that promise. You know what I'm saying? You got it, bro.
Hey, you can
What you got?
that
Yeah.
Philippians 3:19.
Philippians 3:19.
Mm-hmm. Cause I'm gonna mention something. Because as you were saying, but like our whole nation, that's a shame on them. But look, they don't know it's a shame. They don't know it's a shame.
Nah, they glory in it.
Yeah. The scripture will get into that.
This is Philippians 3:19. It says, "Whose end is destruction, whose power is their belly, and whose glory is in their shame, who mind earthly things."
Cause look, just before camp yesterday, doggone, my landlord came by, right?
Yeah.
He was talking about his daughter, right? He was talking about his daughter, and he said he was like, he said he pissed his wife off because he said his daughter 18, she can do whatever she wants. He said you cannot control her pussy. Let her do whatever she want.
That what he said?
That's what he said.
Hey.
And that's the men that
And the
are
wife got mad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that is the men that are raising, who do keep the children, but they degenerates.
Yep.
These are the people that are raising our children. These degenerate men and the degenerate women. You know?
No, they have zero expectation.
And they try to play it off as good.
Yeah, like it's a good thing.
Yeah, be like, man, I'll let my daughter whatever she wants. I seen her. She balling on 3 niggas. How's that something you talk about like it's something to be
Glorified.
Glorified, yeah.
And then, like you say,
She got 3 simp and sucker niggas on her, and she
Yeah.
be getting that money.
yeah,
Like, really, nigga?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
yeah. But that's a culture to our people, man.
Kind.
You
See,
know?
yeah.
I'll read this in the NLT. You make a point, bro.
Right.
Because this is, dealing with Jake. There was a false prophet that was making merchandise of the church. Okay, but this mindset, can also be used towards our people in the culture. The way of life that they call the culture, their death culture, man. This is Philippians 3:19. It said they are headed for destruction. Their God is their appetite. They brag about shameful things, and they think only about this life here on earth.
And that is the mindset of our people, and that's also because they joint. That's the mindset of 2/3 of our people because they joint with Esau Edom, and that's his full mindset. That's it. That's him completely. They are a carnal people. When you think about when you're only operating in the flesh, there's no limit.
And you think only the moment. Because it sounds cute right now. You know what I'm saying? Like that situation. You know what I'm saying? She got 3 niggas simping for her. But see, Eve, she do all this bullshit in her youth, from pretty much from like 14 to 30. Like, Eve go at least a decade and a half or 2 decades of just destroying herself. Then she pop out with these demands of what she want in a husband. Bitch, get your ass out of here. Just play it out. You know what I'm saying? Nobody is taking that shit no more. Except a few simple niggas out here, but for the most part, nobody, that shit ain't nobody taking that serious no more. Because it's found out that, you're not the victim. Yeah, you a victim of your poor decision making. Because from about 15 to 40, Eve, give and take in between that range, Eve just goes on the goddamn tear. You know what I'm saying? Just ruin herself in her prime. Eve give her prime to the worst niggas. So, no, man, that's just played out. And we see why, like you say, going back to the point, we see why certain rules, was in place. Okay, certain, customs was in place when it came to keeping, the woman in straitly, man. It was for her protection, man. Okay? This Sirach 10:6, it says, folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in low place. You got it, bro.
As Scripture said, folly is set in great dignity. The most degenerate man, the most degenerate female woman is set up on high. They set up on high, and everybody aspires to be like them. That's why that's why the Most High calls Babylon the Great the mother of harlots.
Yep.
And
what enchantment, what psyops are they doing with the nigga woman now? Kamala Harris. And what is she linking you to? Megan Thee Stallion, Beyonce. Okay? She's linking you to degeneracy. Alright? And then Kamala is pretty much the queen of 2/3 right now. You see? To keep the nigga woman in that self-destructive mind state. Because I say, you only destroying yourself. And it's the thing, like, and that's why I because here it is, me and this brother, because we don't have children. You see? And it's like, because you didn't want that attachment to these hoes, man. Like, hey, y'all hoes, go kill yourself. Keep doing what you doing. Shit has nothing to do with, like, we building. You see? So at the end of the day, you just destroying yourself, man. And we're just letting you know, all right, that ain't the play. But at the end of the day, do what you gotta do, man. We not tripping. You see, either way. You know what I'm saying? You like it, we love it. But we're just going into how it should be, man. You had something else, bro?
I'm going to this. I want to, correct me if I'm wrong. It's saying the rich are set in low places. The rich in spirit. That's what the rich in spirit. Because we're looking out. We're looking out for the welfare of the whole entire nation. We want that shame off of y'all and us.
Us, yeah. That's a disgrace, man. Like, shit, we tired of being a disgrace. No matter how well you present yourself, you still look like
a dirty nigga because you attached to them. You attached
Yep.
to a shameful name.
Yep. So,
You got it, bro.
yeah, as a matter of fact, let's get there, man. And the prophecy. And we coming to a time where the Lord is going to take that rebuke off his people. And it's going to be through a process of, judging 2/3 of our people. Okay? And delivering and perfecting the elect. This is, I started at 7. Isaiah 25:7 says, he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that is spread over all nations. So the Lord is destroying, the deception of Esau, Edom, and the elect is seeing it. That's the thing of walking in the light. We can see now. We see what's off and we see what's right. When we was in darkness, we didn't have a clue of what was right or what was off. We were just, randomly operating, but that covering cast is being taken off. Ultimately, Esau, Edom is being exposed. Okay? The prophecy is being made plain. And what we thought was a culture, we seeing that death. This was shame. Verse 8, it says, he will swallow up death in victory, and the Lord will wipe away tears from off all faces, and the rebuke of his people shall he take away from off all the earth, for the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai has spoken it, man. And the Lord's finna put an end to this shameful culture, okay, by deleting a lot of people, a lot of Israelites, man. And the only thing that's going to be left is their remnant, which is going to be perfected, okay, and their remnant is going to be the standard of righteousness in the earth. So their rebuke, attack that's attached to us as a people is going to be removed, man, through a process of judgment, all right, and the elect, being perfected, man. You can say something. You had something else?
Nah, that was it on that.
Okay, come. Well, I think the point was made. We just wanted to touch on that. The brother had that on his spirit. And like I say, the spirit is dealing with this, man. We all taking correction and making adjustments, man. Men and women. Being born again, go both ways. And if you're offended, that's something you got to work on. So with that, once again, we're going to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua B'Shem Kakadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example towards younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.